Well, it froze right from the very beginning. That was awesome. And my eyes were closed. What a surprise. Someone took a picture. My eyes were closed. At least my mouth was closed. At least my mouth was closed. Good morning. How are you? This is Matthew. This is MattTv, Facebook Live. 6:30 a.m. Pacific. The sun has not even close to coming up over the eastern horizon. Maybe, 6:30? Sometime within the next 30 minutes, I guess the sunrise will come up. Looking at sunshine today. High about 16 degrees. Then maybe a few days of some possible showers. And then I think on Saturday it's sunshine and we're in for a really nice stretch of warm sunshine beginning this weekend. But actually the weather from today moving forward into late next week looks all right. I give it a B. For Simon Donna McGinnis. How are you in Conception Bay South, Newfoundland? Hope the weather is fine in your neck of the woods. So I just want to point out this page right here, notes highlighted. This page was blank 45 minutes ago. So everything that you were about to see and hear on MattTv Facebook Live, it's all ad lib. I'm just going off notes that I made here within the last 45 minutes. So what I normally do starting off the show, and I'm just going to go through this in chronological order. So these are the thoughts that entered my head. I just wrote stuff down. So there's no rhyme, no reason to the order of this show this morning. Low clouds and a dry day. Is that the forecast for the Woodstock area? I was just looking at the AccuWeather forecast, and that's what it's telling me. 15 degrees, low clouds, and a dry day in the Woodstock area. I was listening to C103 as I always do. Always listening to C103. Good morning, Una. Love you, miss you. Think of you quite often. I was up at 5 o'clock this morning, so 90 minutes ago I was up. And the first thing I did was go to the iHeartRadio app and start listening to C103 with Crawdaddy and Tater. Mandy is on the air right now at C103, and she was saying there were showers or rain in the Moncton area. So just curious what the weather's like in your neck of the woods. So here's what we're going to do this morning. I am just going to talk about certain topics and try and make those relatable to you. And you can leave comments as you watch live or at your leisure. It's all good. Okay, well, we've talked about the weather, so let's move on. One of my favorite streaming services, HBO, Netflix, Crave, new streaming services that are coming out, Disney Plus and Apple TV. Disney Plus, Apple TV coming out soon with streaming services. Do you care? Do you care? Or does Netflix, HBO, and Crave cover all the bases? All the bases. So that's your first question. You can think about that. No pressure to leave a comment right now. Never any pressure. Thought this was interesting. Going through the phone this morning, checking out different websites and whatnot, going through Facebook Live or going through Facebook. It was on this date back in 1888. Again, there was really not a lot of, there was no dress rehearsal this morning. I spent most of my time writing notes. So again, this is just off the cuff, ad lib, MattTv, Facebook Live. You're going to love it. It was on this date, September 25th, 1888, that the first letter from serial killer, and it's funny that they use the word serial killer because the show that I'm watching now, Mindhunters, the term serial killer wasn't even referenced. It was sequence killer. So it's funny that they would actually use the term serial killer to describe someone back in 1888. But what happened on this date back in 1888, the first letter from serial killer Jack the Ripper was sent to the Central News Agency in London. So pretty ballsy by Jack. Pretty ballsy. First letter from serial killer Jack the Ripper was received at the Central News Agency in London on this date, September 25th, 1888. If you don't believe me, just Google it. Just Google it. It was on this date in 1973. I was born in January of 73. This is, I don't know, it doesn't actually say. Oh, sorry, September 25th. It's early. September 25th, 1973, Gordie Howe makes his first pro hockey appearance on this date in 1973. Gordie Howe makes his first pro hockey appearance. And yes, I tend to repeat the same lines at least twice. Not once, not twice, thrice. It was on this date in 2016, so not too long ago, 3 years ago. Golfing icon Arnold Palmer passed away at the age of 87. So just throwing this out there, golfing icon, what is your best Arnold Palmer memory? Did you ever have the chance to see him live? Did you go to an event where he was there in person? Have you ever met Arnold Palmer? Leave a comment if you so choose. If not, just go to YouTube and punch up highlights of Arnold Palmer, and you'll probably be quite amazed. He was a pretty good golfer. He was pretty good. I just put a video up on my Facebook page, on my own personal Facebook page. James, welcome to the broadcast. And what it was, I went to Google a cycling event, because what I took video of yesterday was a group of cyclists. I know they were a part of a fundraiser. I'm just not quite sure what fundraiser it was, but I knew something was up. We were doing some work. We were testing a water meter along King George Boulevard, which is a major roadway connecting White Rock. You go through Surrey, New West. It's a major road. And all of a sudden there were two, and you don't see this on video because I didn't at the time know exactly what was going on. Cloudy and cool this morning, but sun is supposed to come out this afternoon. Awesome. Okay. Yes, I will definitely have a great day. It is yesterday's weather out here, Una, was stellar. It was late September, as we all know. It was so nice. I was driving around with the window down and my arm out the window. Yes, it was that nice yesterday. It was a roll down the window, put your arm out kind of day. That's what I'm talking about. Going back to the video, you can check the video out. It's on my own personal Facebook page. A video of at least, well, you can probably freeze the frame and count the cyclist yourself. But I want to say there was at least 30, 40, maybe 50 cyclists. I don't know. I know there were 100 geese went over my house, but I couldn't figure out how many. The cyclists were going faster. But so I put that video up. I think it's, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds. Maybe it's only 30 seconds long. But the RCMP, or the Surrey Mounties or police force, blocking off the intersection, that's what you don't see. They wanted to stop traffic so these people could continue safely. You don't want people going through intersections and whatnot. Wouldn't be a good thing, obviously. So that was really cool. So you can see that video. So what I did this morning is, because I didn't know exactly what they were cycling for, I didn't know what charity they were raising funds for. It may have been the police force. I don't know. So I went to Google this morning, and I went to I think I punched in cyclist events, and before I could get to Surrey, it just had a list of all these cycling events that were happening around the world. And there's a cycling event. So long story short, those cyclists I saw yesterday, I have no idea. Aside from them being terrific human beings, I have no idea what they're raising money for. I'm sure it is a good cause, yes? So anyway, this is all live. This is unscripted. So anyway, I'm searching this morning to try and figure out what these cyclists are doing. Couldn't find it. But what I did find is coming up this weekend, October 5th. Would that be right? October 5th? No, that'd be next weekend. Next weekend here. Sorry, I just wrote it down here. Oh, the Radanac International. Radanac International. Sorry it took me so long to... The lighting is not that good in here. The Radanac International is happening here in Vancouver and throughout locations across Canada. You can Google that if you so choose. Radanac is R-A-T-A-N-A-K. Radanac International cycling event that's happening. Anyway, so that was a cool event. That was really cool. But what was even better for me, because I like planes, not necessarily flying in them all the time, but love air shows. And about 12:30 yesterday afternoon, so before the cyclist, just maybe less than an hour before I saw the cyclist, there were 3 pilots flying their, I don't know if they're F-18s or what type of model plane they are, but the Red Arrows. The Red Arrows, which is the Royal Air Force aerobatic team, is performing here tomorrow afternoon, 5 o'clock, Jack Pool Plaza in Vancouver, down by the new Canada Place. If you don't know where that is, Jack Pool Plaza is home of the Olympic Flame. So they're asking people to gather in that general vicinity of the city to watch the Red Arrows, the Royal Air Force aerobatic team tomorrow, Jack Pool Plaza. That starts at 5 o'clock. I don't know if I'll be going into the city for that. It's quite out of the way to do that. But I was wondering if someone might be live streaming that, if there's a news outlet that might be live streaming that event tomorrow. So what I'm going to do today is I'll find out if there is any organization that will be live streaming tomorrow afternoon's performance of the Red Arrows over Burrard Inlet, basically. They'll be flying somewhere between the Lionsgate Bridge in Stanley Park to the Second Narrows, the Iron Workers Memorial. They got to be playing it. They got to be doing their stuff in there. The forecast tomorrow, they're calling for maybe a 40% chance of showers, and that number seems to go up a little bit more because of the proximity of the city to the mountains. Storms come in and they just get landlocked over these mountains, and the North Shore definitely gets way more rain than anywhere else. So I will find out today if we can all watch the Red Arrows tomorrow, 5 o'clock. It'll be 9 o'clock in the Woodstock area. I hope the weather turns out well, and I hope there's a good crowd. Okay, that's what I wanted to talk about. This is something here, just talking about these events, the cycling and the planes. Good morning, Kim. Welcome to the broadcast. Just going to be in here for a few more moments. I wanted to ask this question. Have you ever been to an event? It doesn't matter if it's a sporting event, a public speaker, a concert. Have you ever been to an event that was delayed, postponed, or just canceled altogether? Have you? I'm sure we have all had that experience. You're getting ready to go to a concert, and I'm just going to finish that sentence by yes. Back in high school, and this is how much this cancellation hurt me. It stung, and how it was delivered was even worse. But here's what happened. So feel free to leave your comments as I tell you this quick little story. Back in high school, probably grade 12, I'm in the gym. It's recess. People are just waiting for the bell to ring. And I am 2 or 3 hours away from finishing school and then driving to Moncton to see Kiss, Slaughter and Kiss in Moncton. I'll never forget, just before the bell rung, Darren Campbell, and there's a name you probably haven't heard in a long time, Darren Campbell came into the gym almost with glee, almost too happy. He was too happy when he was delivering the news that, hey, last night Paul Stanley fell off the stage, broke his rib. The concert in Moncton has been canceled. Devastated. After the bell rung, I'm in my first afternoon class. It was English. I didn't hear a word she said. Not a word. Because I was trying to hold back my tears. I was trying to hold back tears. So feel free to leave your concert cancellation, postponement, whatever. Feel free to leave comments if you so choose. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Okay, just a couple of more things. And I like to call this segment Just Google It. Just Google it. There's been a lot of health concerns about individuals vaping lawsuits coming to a court near you. Just Google it. Just Google it. This is interesting here. We all know here in Canada we have a federal election coming up next month, less than a month away. We'll all be voting. We should all be voting. Yes. This is interesting. Because of changes back in 2015, if you are one of 6 million, roughly 6 million Canadians identify themselves as having at least one disability, there are now new tools and services to help you. So, like I just said, if you're one of 6 million Canadians who identify as having at least one disability, because of changes 4 years ago, it's now more accessible and easier for you to vote, and we need everyone's vote. We need everyone's vote. Like I was saying in previous broadcasts, get educated. Don't vote for someone else because you don't like the other person. That's not how it works. Vote on the policies. Vote on someone. A leader. We're looking for a leader that's going to move this country forward. Yes, just Google it. Just Google it. You can check that out for yourself. I thought this was interesting here, how the Nova Scotia school system is now involved with, well, they've always been involved, but they're getting more involved in their students' health. And what I mean is there are 129 schools in Nova Scotia that are about to implement a new cavity prevention treatment program. A new cavity prevention treatment program is going to be starting up in 129 schools in Nova Scotia. So good on them. We can also help the kids by, and some schools are doing this, help the kids by taking away the vending machines, having less sugar, less snacky stuff. Less snacky stuff, I guess. Read the ingredients before you open up a bag of chips. Just do your research, and not many people do, but read the ingredients and you might be a little bit surprised. You might be surprised. Okay, you know what? That's it. That's all I have. Those are my notes. Those are my notes for a Wednesday, September 25th, 2019. I'm going to go get ready for work. Have yourself a great Wednesday. Meet me back here on Friday morning if you so choose. We're just going to hang out. I always appreciate the live views. It's always fun to see who I'm going to be bantering back and forth with. So love the live views. But like I've said many, many times, it's not about how many people are watching. It's about the content of the show. So if you like what you see and hear at any point, just share. Just let your friends know that there's a guy in White Rock, British Columbia with a great sweater on and a fedora on backwards doing some MattTv on Facebook Live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6:30 a.m. Pacific. Okay. Enjoy this beautiful fall day. We'll see you back here Friday morning, 6:30 a.m. Pacific. This is Matthew. This is MattTv. Now and always, from sea to sea.